Do you want to say what we're going to be talking about today? Because I
Right.
always talk. Just your turn.
We're going to be talking about games that we disagree on. In this case, games that I really enjoy that you really do not.
Well, the problem is, right, because obviously now we locked in at home the whole time, and it's just the two of us playing the game, and lots of games don't get played because I don't like them. I'm the bad guy.
No.
Well, you're not as strongly opinionated as I am about games. You're
That's
like
true.
you're like a
most
7.
games.
You're like, oh, it's alright. I'll give you a 7. You are like that's what you do, and I'm just no. I
I
don't.
just enjoy playing games. I mean, it has to be a very bad game for me to actively dislike.
But if it's a very bad game, I won't like it either. These are not
Yeah.
bad games. I just don't like them.
Yeah.
Just so we have it clear.
All with pretty different styles of game here, and you don't like them for very different kind of reasons. So I
Yeah.
think this is quite a good selection to talk about.
I mean, I wouldn't say I don't like Altiplano. Let's start with that.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I don't like it. I'm just not very good at it. And if you at all watch me talk and write and things, you know I play to win. And if I don't do well in a game, I won't like the game because yeah.
Well, I think Altiplano we should play it to get some practice in.
But it's a lot of work. Like it's a long setup, and it's I don't know. I mean, with the Traveller thing, the Traveller I think changed a lot and made the game shorter. The expansion.
Yeah, I only played it once the expansion, so. Well, so Altiplano, it's quite. There's quite a lot going on. There's a lot of forward planning, a lot of setting
Yeah.
things up, and like having a strategy. And because you are pulling from a bag, you might not get exactly what you want, and so you've got to think, okay, well, what's the best I can do with what I've drawn out of the bag? So it's quite a thinky game in that regard.
But you can leave things for later, right? You put them on your board and you don't have to use them.
Yes, which is good.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, I'll play it. Like, out of all those games, obviously, I think that one works with 2.
Yeah.
This one, not. This one, This one does work with 2, but we're gonna come to that. This one does work with 2, but I just get stressed. Anyway,
Right. Okay. Well,
well, we
maybe
don't
let's-
have out of the 2 bag builders we've got, which is Altiplano and Quacks of Quedlinburg. I wouldn't say that I like one more than the other.
Well, they're very
They
different.
are very different, but I have the same feeling about them. But you can't be bad at Quacks.
No,
You
it's
just can't. It's just
bad
luck.
luck.
Yeah.
Whereas
Well,
Altiplano requires a lot of forward planning, and
But then you have the layer of luck on it as well. So like,
Yeah.
oh, I buy all those things to do this. Well, you never get to pull them out of the bag. So
or you don't get the right combination of things out of
Yeah.
the bag to do what you wanted to do. But yeah, I love Altiplano. I like the art style.
it's so pretty.
It's great. It just feels like a very different game.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like other worker placement games.
It's a
So,
good game. I just suck at it.
Well, just get more practice. All right, let's talk about Magic Maze.
Oh,
your
God.
nemesis.
No, that's not my nemesis.
Okay. Well, there's a reason why you don't like this game, and that is stress.
It's the kind of stress that if I do badly, everyone loses. If I do badly in a game where I lose, it's fine. I did badly. It's my fault. You know, I can only blame myself, and I hate the game. But in Magic Maze, if you don't do well, everyone is looking at you. Everyone is with this big red pawn just banging on a table in front of your face, and you just sitting there like, what do I do? Like,
So for those of you that don't know what Magic Maze is, it is a cooperative game where you're moving your characters around the mall to get their weapons, to steal the weapons, and then get out of the mall. But the twist is, instead of each player controlling their own character, they each control a direction, and they can move all characters in that direction, but that direction only. And so you're not allowed to talk, and so everyone's around the table trying to move the people throughout the mall to get to the thing, then get out
yeah.
without talking, and you need to be paying attention to when your direction is needed to move a character to where it needs to go. But you might have different ideas of where that character needs to go, and there's a timer involved as well, and people need to hit the timers on the map to reset it give you more time, and people forget about that.
You describe it
And
hell.
so the only way of communicating this game is this big red pawn that you put in front of someone to indicate you need to do something.
Yeah.
And then when it gets more serious, there's a tap, tap,
No.
tap, tap in front of them, like, we're waiting for you to do something.
No, that's just giving me anxiety right now. I could play it with the two of us only, like, I wouldn't mind doing that. If I have to, if there's really no more games to play, I'd play it, but just with two of us.
But I think this works well as a low player count party style
Oh
game.
yeah, oh yeah.
I was at House Party last year, and a few of us were up early, but some of us were still asleep. And I was like, I have a game we can play where we're not allowed to talk, so we can play it quietly. And I was like, okay. And we played this, and yeah, they all loved it. Most people like this game, but yeah, you aren't the only one who's played this who's said that they don't like it.
Yeah, no.
It's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone, yeah. I mean, it's a fun premise, like, there isn't many games like this. I mean, there isn't any games like this, really. My arch nemesis is not that.
This one.
Mm-hmm. I'm just so bad at this game. So super bad. There's too many options. There's just like, oh, I could do this or I could do that. Or there's 15 different things I could do. And I choose one and it turns out it's the worst choice because I roll badly. And there is nothing you can do if you roll badly. And I just always end up scoring nothing. And it's just so annoying. And people have like 3 islands and 7 houses and stuff. I don't know.
East Rodian certainly is quite a complicated game. There are so many worker placement options that it is very overwhelming. But the reason why I like it is because there's so many options, and every time you play, you could go for a different strategy. You could like focus on whaling or hunting or marauding or farming or like building up, exploring islands. There are so many different ways of scoring in this game. Every time you play it, you could go for a different strategy just to see if it works. But I'm not that fussed about winning. I just like exploring the different strategies and trying to make them work.
For me, it's like a child in a candy shop, but the child's got no money and diabetes. Like, you just have so many options, but you really don't. None of them is good for you.
Yeah. Right. Fear of Dracula next. Well, this kind of represents most hidden movement games, but this one in particular because it's so long.
Well, I like Jaws. It's got some part of hidden movement.
Yeah, that's really short.
It's really short. Maybe that's why I like it, because not too much. And if we're playing with more people, I prefer the Whitechapel to Dracula.
Yes.
Yeah. Because in Whitechapel, once we catch you, that's it.
The game ends.
Game ends. In Fury of Dracula, we need to catch you and then wound you and then you disappear, and then we need to catch you again and wound you again and then you disappear, and it's just so annoying.
Well, I like it. Well, we should probably preface this by saying that I'm always Dracula, because I like being the hidden person in these hidden movement games. I like sneaking around and trying to sometimes pushing my luck and trying to go where they would think, oh, he wouldn't possibly go there. That would be a stupid move to do. And then that's the move I take because I think that they won't think I would do that kind of thing.
But yeah, you are always the hiding person. You never played on the other side, ever. On none of those games.
Yeah. I think that's the main problem with hidden movement games, is that it's, for me anyway, it's much more enjoyable to be the one hiding and sneaking around than to be the one wandering aimlessly around trying to find clues. And you don't like being hunted.
Oh God, no, because you know
stressful.
where I am straight away. So I'll be like, I'm
yeah,
there.
so you don't like either side of it, because being the hunted is too stressful, and being the hunters is too boring and uneventful.
I prefer it in the Whitechapel again because there isn't like this whole combat nonsense that it comes with the Dracula one.
Yeah, Fury of Dracula, I love the big epic kind of like hunting Dracula down across Europe, and kind of you have a battle with him and then he might get away but he's severely weakened. Will he be going
He's not.
Will he be going to like Castle Dracula or whatever it's called to heal. That's the only way he can heal himself. So maybe you try and cut him off from getting back
I
there.
think the Dracula is so overpowered in this game.
But he's never won.
But
he always win.
Yeah, but it's not like satisfying. That win is just like, ugh. Okay, finally.
Yeah.
I feel like when we played Whitechapel that one time, where we sat there for like 20 minutes contemplating where you could be, and you were sitting there and there's one spot that we couldn't see, and then we're like, he could be there, and you were, and it was just like, whoa, you know.
Yeah.
So much better than just like trying to catch you running, playing cat and mouse. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like the theme, and I think the game really brings the theme to life. It's just not for you.
Yeah.
Right. So that brings us on to our final game, which is very different again. The reason you don't like Climate Evolution is because there is a fair element of take that in it.
Yeah. And you can gang up on a person, and I hate that.
Well, the problem is this game does. What I love about this game is that it really does mimic natural kind of processes of evolution and adaptation. Like, just the mechanisms in the game allow that to happen. So if your creature is not well adapted to its environment, it will get picked on or eaten.
I'm just a weakling, and you know,
and
I wouldn't survive.
If conditions in the game change, you need to adapt your creatures with those changes, otherwise that creature's not going to do as well.
Yeah.
And the problem is, if you get a bad hand of cards, or if you end up not being able to defend yourself just because you haven't got the right cards, if everyone else has got a carnivore and you're the only creature that they can eat, they're all going to eat you.
And then once you've been eaten, it's very hard to rebuild your creature without being eaten again the next turn.
Because
you just easy target.
When your creature dies, all the cards and adaptations on that creature, you draw cards equal to the number of cards lost. So hopefully in those new cards you can get a defensive thing to create a new creature. So you don't lose that much when a creature dies. You mainly...
I'll just take it very personally. Like, if someone's picking on me, I just think they're picking on me because I'm doing so badly. They just want me out the game. And I know it's not true.
No, it's...
But it just takes all the enjoyment out if you being the one picked on.
Yeah, definitely this game is better suited to people that don't mind a bit of kind of like attacking other players. It's not the whole point, it's not the whole thing of the game. Most of the creatures in the game will be herbivores and they'll all just be competing to eat the most food.
Yeah.
But if someone does get a carnivore out and the carnivore is well adapted, you can start wreaking havoc and eating other people's creatures if they're not well defended.
There's this one time we played and it was just so many of us around the table and someone next to me ate me and then another person ate me and the person from the other side of the table ate me. I'm so, why me? And they go, well, they ate you, so I did as well. I'm like, great. You know, I just... It really bugs me. Like, I really want to like this game because it's a pretty game and it's a fun premise and everything, but it's just... I just don't like being picked on. I don't know if anyone likes being picked on. But yeah, this is called, you know, Stockholm Syndrome if you like being picked on and you're still doing it.
Well, okay, so out of these games, which would you never play again, which might you play again, and which are you willing to give a try?
I don't want to say never play again. I don't... This depends on the group. Really does, I think.
What kind of group would you play with?
I wouldn't play with someone who loves picking on people and just is being mean for fun.
Like my brother.
Oh yeah, no, I would not play with David.
He loves messing people up.
That one time when I messed him up in Jurassic Terror, I remember that.
Yeah.
This day. I'll play that again. I'll play Altiplano again. Ugh. It's just too much, you know. It's just too long of a game. It's suffering. It's like Revenant the movie. It is just...
Okay, that's fine.
I said I'll play this if there isn't any other game in a house to play, and the house burns down, and this is the only game left. I play it.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's probably quite unlikely.
See, the problem is that now, if I wanted to talk about games the other way around, the games I like and Matt doesn't, there isn't any because we sold them.
Well,
Because if Matt doesn't like the game, we sell them.
well, there aren't many games that I don't like.
We sold Steam Park. I like Steam Park. I like the theme. I like the little pieces. We kind of like that it was like very hectic with rolling the dice and everything, and you building that little park. You didn't like it.
Well, I thought it was okay, but I just thought there were better games.
Like that, like building the theme park games.
Well,
Name one.
well, not that specific.
See,
theme,
I
just-
want to have a theme park building game.
I don't think there are any good ones.
Well, I'm trying to make one now. But yeah,
got Dinosaur Park building game.
it's a roll and ride. It's not the same.
No, we've got the Dinogenics.
There's no rides in there. I want rides. I want roller coasters.
Okay, right. Someone design a decent theme park game.
Or I'll do it and it'll be bad, but I'll be there. Basil likes all the games.
He likes attacking
Likes
them.
destroying
He
the
likes sitting in the
games.
box.
Yes. Was there any other game that you didn't like and I didn't and we got rid of it? There's one game you liked and I didn't and we got rid of it. It was Blood Rage.
Oh, Blood Rage. Yeah, but again, that's a game where
Yeah.
there is a lot of you picking on other players.
Yeah.
And you have to have kind of that competitive kind of bloodlust mindset of attacking people and trying to do sneaky things to mess
Yeah.
people up in that game, which just doesn't fit with your playstyle. But I like the miniatures.
Yeah, I mean, I love painting them. Like, there was one of the first miniatures I think
Yeah.
I've ever painted. I remember we bought this and we were sitting in the garden painting
I
them.
mean, those big monsters were really fun to paint,
Yeah.
but I would never paint all the little soldiers for all the different
No,
tribes.
That's insane.
They're too detailed for just your basic little worker, and no, it just take too long.
Right. Well, let us know if there are any games you play with your family or partner that you like and they don't, or the other way around, you being made to play a game you hate, chained to the chair and made to make decisions and move your workers.
To get the ride.
And if there's any ideas for a next video in English about some sort of top 10 or bottom 10 or something, do let us know. And I hope you enjoy that. Bye!
Bye.
Should have done the description before that.